In this video, I'm going to cover my thought process for the one edge OLLs. To start with this video, I'm just going to go cover the alg I used for this specific case, which is pretty easy to recognize. It's just one edge and 5 corners solved. This is because the thought process sort of involves corner manipulation, and for a case that has no unsolved corners, you can't really do anything. So the alg for this is pretty easy. It's just two TOLLs. The first, you hold it from this angle in first 2, then do U2, and then this T. For the other one edge cases, I basically use a variety of edge orientation algs for different COs to get as many corners as possible, because a general rule of thumb is that more corners means a better OLL. It doesn't always work, but when you have a one edge case with limited information, you might as well just try to get as many corners as you can to make the case easier to recognize. So some of the algs I use are this case for a 1x2 in the front, which is just this alg. This next alg is for a 1x2 surrounded by a corner, and the alg on either side. The alg for this is, and this last case is for a 1x3 in the front. All of these cases are L edge orientation, but you could probably just go back into the series and find suitable line algs that are comfortable to use. And again, the alg for this is, for another L edge orientation case, you can also do this if the 1x3 is on the side, and you can just do this alg to save a U move. Now I'm just going to cover some examples of one edge OLLs. So for this first case, the first thing I see is this 1x3 block, and I can just do a 6 mover to orient it like this. And now I have this case, which is just the H OLL. So let's do that, and my top layer is done. Here you have a 1x2 with a corner and a 1x2 in the back. So you can do either this alg for this case. It's not too great, but it's not so bad. Or you could do this alg from here to get this case, which is a little better. And then you have finished OLL. One thing I forgot to mention is that you should also try to aim for symmetry, because generally the symmetric algs are easier to recognize and have decent execution. So for this first case here, we have two 1x2 surrounded by a corner. You could do like a 6 mover from this angle to set up 2 corners here, but going back to the symmetry point, you could just do the fish OLL from this angle, and here you get a 6 move T, which is very easy. For this case, I have a 1x3 and a 1x2 and a 1x2. These two are kind of hard to just work with, since they're like, this one's surrounded by a corner and this one's not really surrounded by much. So here it's a pretty easy use of the 6 move P shape. And one thing to note is that in the front here, you'll in the actual P shape OLL, this block like sort of gets preserved. And if you do the OLL here, you'll get a similar effect. And you can sort of just intuitively figure out that you'll get like a kind of like T OLL or a backwards T. And if we do the alg, we indeed get this T, and we can cancel into it to save some moves. This is the end of the series. I know I uploaded a lot of algs in a short amount of time, but the series is more for uploading purposes rather than just viewing it on a weekly basis, since not many people really learn Megaminx OLL in general. So with that, thanks for watching.